Hello and welcome to Short Story Scene. I am your host and storyteller, and here we have a tale called A Ballad of Ducks by Banjo Paterson. The railway rattled and roared and swung, while jolting and bumping trucks. The sun like a billiard red ball hung in the western sky, and the tireless tongue of the wide-eyed man in the corner told his terrible tale of the days of old, and the party that ought to have kept the ducks. Well, if it ain't all joy being on the land with the overdraft that knock you flat, and the rabbits have pretty well took command, but the hardest thing for a man to stand is a feller who says, "Well, I told you so. You should have done this way, and don't you know? I could lay a bait for a man like that." The grasshoppers struck us in a 91. And what they leave, well, it ain't deluxe, but a growling, fault-finding son of gun. We'd lend some money and a stock our run. I said they're eatin' what grass we had. Says ye, "Your management's very bad. You had a right to have kept some ducks." To have kept some ducks, and a place was white, and where you went you tread on grasshoppers guzzling day and night, and then with the swishing they rose in flight. If you don't look out yourself, they'd fly like bullets into your open eye, and knock it out in back of your head. There isn't a turkey or goose or swan, or a duck that quacks, or a hen that clucks, can make a difference on a run when grasshopper plague has once begun. If you'd finance us, I'd say I'd buy 10,000 emus and have a try the job, I said, and it's big for ducks. You must have fetched a duck when you come to stay, a great big duck, a Moscovitoff, and ready in a fit, and I said, for the fray, and if the grasshoppers come our way, you'll turn your duck into a larynx patch, and I'd be ready to make a match that the grasshoppers eat his feathers off. He came in to visit us and by, and it just had happened one day in spring. A kind of cloud came over the sky, a wall of grasshoppers 9 miles high, and 9 miles thick, and 900 wide, flying in a regime side by side and eating up every living thing. All day long, like a shower of rain, you heard 'em smacking against the wall, tap, tap, tap on the window pane. They rise and jump in the house again, till they crippled carcasses piled outside. But what did it matter if 1,000 died? 1,000,000 wouldn't be missed at all. And we're still drinking grasshoppers, so to speak, till they skimmed their carcasses off to the spring. And they fell so thick in the station creek that it choked the watering holes all the week. And there was scarcely room for a trout to raise, and they'd only take artificial flies, and got so sick of the real thing. An Arctic snowstorm had beat the rags, and where the hoppers rose from the morning flight, with a flapping noise like 1,000,000 flags, and the kitchen chimney was stuffed with bags. For they'd fall right into the fire and fry, till the cook sat down and began to cry. And never a duck or a fowl in sight. We strolled across the railroad track until it covered beneath some trucks. I see the feathers and hears the quack, and stoops I pull the tarpaulin back, and every duck in the place was there. No good to them was the open air. "Mister," I say, "there's your blankety ducks." And that concludes our tale, A Ballad of Ducks by Banjo Paterson.